As I live and breathe, welcome to the Gamescast today. What's going on?
You're very loud.
I am.
You're very loud today.
Always.
I'm going to have to step it up a notch to compete with your loudness.
I can't wait for Thursdays to see that.
Oh.
But you'll have to wait for Thursday, but you won't have to wait for today's episode. Today's episode. Now, let me explain something to you guys. E3 is 3 weeks away.
3 weeks away.
Isn't that insane?
It's like faster than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
It's like creeping up on us.
It's insane. So what we decided to do, we're going to do our predictions of all the major conferences, but we're going to start going into E3 mode. So I figured for today's topic, it's all going to be about which press conference has to impress us. So who out of Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, Ubisoft, EA, Bethesda, which of these six has to just come out and hit us and say, we're a major player this year? So I will let you go first.
You're gonna swing it into my park?
Yes.
All right. For me, despite all the fanboyism I've had these past couple of weeks playing with my Switch, I really feel sincerely that the one company that's really going to have to hit it out of the park and do everything right is going to have to be Nintendo.
100%. That's one of my choices as well.
I feel like with all this great momentum, it can be lost at any moment.
Yep.
And right now, they're already starting to lose that momentum by not providing enough Switches out into the wild. It's already starting to become this gray area where it's like, oh crap, the old Nintendo is back. You know, where they're not able to meet the demand, they're not able to really satisfy the consumer. Like, what's gonna happen now that the Zelda hype has died, right? And again, like, I don't sincerely feel like the Zelda hype has died. I'm still enjoying the game very much. You just got the game, so the Zelda hype is very much alive for you.
It's very real for me.
Yeah. And I feel like, you know, the stuff that I've been seeing out there in the wild, like the Zelda hype is very real. It's still alive, it's still well, but you're not going to be able to run a business off of one game for the entire year.
100%.
So you really need to come out with something else. Now, they tried Mario Kart 8, but I haven't seen it take on the hype that Zelda has. Splatoon 2, ARMS, Mario Odyssey. Like, nobody is highly anticipating those games like they were highly anticipating the new Zelda game.
No, Mario Odyssey is
I feel like it's
high.
up there.
Yeah,
I feel like it's up there, but I don't feel like it's on par with Zelda.
It's funny because a lot of people have been saying that Zelda is just a reinvention of the wheel. Like, it has defined Zelda, like, made it amazing. And everybody's saying that Odyssey will not live up to that. Not like in a bad way. Mario's going to make a great game. It's a great fucking franchise. You can't deny that. But everybody's saying it's like, but it's not going to hit those Zelda-like things.
It's not going to hit that Breath of the Wild level.
Exactly.
It really isn't. You know, Zelda did a very good job. You know, they did a very good job with Breath of the Wild. Unfortunately, that means that they set a very high bar for themselves.
Yeah.
And the only way to reach that bar, I feel, personally, is to bring in information, more information about real third-party AAA support.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about, you know, what do they have? Shovel Knight and stuff like that. And they have
the Street Fighter Ultras coming out this week.
All that stuff it's all well and good. You know, I appreciate that kind of stuff. Yeah, no problem. But I want some real AAA titles.
Yeah.
You know, and Skyrim, at this point, like, Skyrim is not going to do it for me.
Yeah.
You know, if we found out that Prey was coming to the Switch, that would probably do it for me. You know, something along those lines of like, hey, Prey just came out for, you know,
Xbox One
and
PS4.
PlayStation 4, but now you're able to play Prey on the Switch. Play it on the
Maybe
go.
I would give Prey another chance.
You know, so it's very much where we're in that realm where Nintendo really has to capitalize on the momentum that they've already generated. But they also have to do a little damage control because there's some of that momentum is leaving, right? 2.3 million units sold in the first month. 280,000 sold in the second month. It's not because people don't want the Switch.
Yeah.
That's not the reason. People want the Switch. They want to get their hands on the Switch.
On a lot of news outlets, it's always like GameStop coming this Friday. Get your Switches early. There's only a limited stock. Toys R Us, you know. It's so limited, and Nintendo really has to work on this because this happened with the Wii, this happened with the Wii U, and it's happening again with the Switch.
Although the Wii was still a very well-received console. And
yes,
it did a very
course.
good job. You know, the Wii U was a marketing problem,
Yeah.
right? Like, nobody even understood what the hell the Wii U was. You know, I didn't know if it was an add-on or...
Yeah.
And then when I remember seeing the Wii U for the first time, I was like, oh, it's a completely different console that looks exactly like the old one.
Yep, exactly.
And I was like, now I'm definitely not interested.
I just remember the interview where the one gentleman representing Nintendo was like, this is not the Wii U. It has nothing to do with the Wii. And then it's like, The Wii U.
You shouldn't have to say that.
Yeah.
You really shouldn't have to say something like that. Like the Switch clearly has nothing to do with the Wii U.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It has it's based off ideas of it, but
yeah, but it's based off of ideas of everything that,
Yeah.
that Nintendo has done, right? The portable aspect that they wanted to achieve with the GameCube, the Wii motes with the Joy-Cons, you know, the joystick that they introduced on the 64, right? The AB that they introduced on the Nintendo, right? The 4 buttons on the Super Nintendo and the form factor, like all on the shoulder buttons on the Super Nintendo as well. You know, so it's all has something to do with everything that they've ever done, which they showcased when they were showing us the Switch.
Yeah.
But they're really gonna have to, you know, kind of hit it out of the park, and it has to be a home run. It has to be a home run, and I'm kind of afraid because I find the treehouse things to be kind of boring and bland, to be honest. You know, but that's my personal preference. I know that there's people out there that love them. They love that shit.
Yeah.
They absolutely go crazy and bonkers for Nintendo's form factor in presentation. I personally don't like them. I like that live audience, that live demonstration. I like that aspect of E3.
So to add a little bit more, they're doing a direct again this year. Not the biggest fan of it, but you know what? They like their nice, trimmed, edited, boom to the point, not interrupted. You know, so I understand where they're coming from with the direct. First of all, they definitely need, and we'll get more into predictions. They have to have their eShop and their virtual console. E3 got to come and they got to be like, look. The virtual console, it's here. You know, give some enticement. You know, if you backed us for the Wii and the Wii U, guess what? Everything you purchased on those will come back for you. What I would love to see also is, and I'm not saying every single Wii U game, because, you know, there's a lot that will be lost. The biggest reason I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe didn't get a lot of hype as much is because it's Mario Kart 8 with the DLC.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. But I would love, out of all the Wii U games, and I think would be a killer, is Super Mario Maker.
Okay. Yeah,
that
I think
on
that
the
would
go
be absolutely,
would be,
yeah,
you know,
that
and
would be
it's
killer.
something where even though the online on the go could be an issue, it could be you build your level, you save it, you go home, you upload it when you get to the main console, you know?
Yeah, and you can download levels and then use them on the go.
Yeah,
Kinda
exactly.
Like that. I mean, the Vita was able to do it with Little Big Planet, so there's no reason why the Switch wouldn't be able to do it with Mario Maker.
100%. So I think that definitely they, and I'm not saying like, oh, port over Smash Brothers, port over Treasure Tracker, port over. No, I'm saying, you know what sells. Give us what everybody would want, which is Super Mario Maker. Also, like I said, GameCube would be nice. Just saying. But but they definitely need to come out of the gate and say, here's the virtual consoles. Here's our first party. Yeah, you want to care about Mario Odyssey, but let me tell you, we also have Metroid in them. We have Donkey Kong. But don't worry, you know the triple third party? Guess what we have for you? There's a rumor that Dark Souls Trilogy is coming to the Switch. That would give me a chance to play Dark Souls.
Yeah.
I mean, to get 1, 2, and 3, I'm like, yo, sign me up. Because that's something where on the go I can take it, and I think that would be great. And with the relationship with Namco, I could see it definitely. But Nintendo, this is your time to shine. The spotlight is all on you guys. And the only thing you could do is go up.
Yeah.
You know, you should say, yeah, we're trying to get more hardware into, retailers, obviously. But you also have to say, but it's because we have all this in the pipeline. And you know what? You're having a Metroid, a Mario, all these games coming out this year. I know that's a little far-fetched, but hit something where it's like...
Here's the issue with Nintendo, right? And this is, I think, the issue with a lot of developers. And more so Nintendo, because Nintendo is very, very dead set on protecting their image, right? They never want to acknowledge the negative. Right? They never want to acknowledge.
That's like
negative.
any company, though. Sony never mentioned when they were when they were losing in PlayStation 3.
No,
and Xbox
I know that.
One's the same thing.
But when Sony finally came out with the PlayStation 4, they're like, we understood what we did wrong with the PlayStation 3. They acknowledged that they made a mistake. Nintendo was never going to acknowledge, hey, we made a mistake with the Wii U. They were like, oh, every time they talk, it was a strong console. We came to market. There was confusion in the marketplace. No, you fucking promoted an exact console, a duplicate console. That's what you promoted. That's what it sounded like. That's why nobody bought it, right? It wasn't a confusion in the marketplace. It was your promotion.
It was your words that destroyed you.
And Nintendo very much, I think, has to kind of shed a little bit of that fur for the winter and say, listen, we know that we've had an issue getting these devices, but here's why we've had an issue getting the hardware out there. It's because we're working on this, and this. And this, and this better be worth you guys not having the hardware in the market. It better be like what you're saying. Dark Souls trilogy coming to the Switch. Prey just released and now it's coming to the Switch. Stuff like that.
Give us something. You know, I'm not expecting a Call of Duty. Don't get me wrong, guys. I don't expect a Battlefront. I don't expect these crazy games that's online. But give us something where it's a more single player, the Dark Souls, or stuff like. And I know, and I use this as an example, but like even like Assassin's Creed, I know it might be a little bit tougher, but something like that, a single player experience on the go.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for multiplayer. Destiny 2, I'm not looking for you. I'm looking for a Dark Souls. I'm looking for a quick...
Something Legend of Zelda-esque. Like that seemed to do very well. So let's do some more of that. You know what I'm saying? Some more of those kind of games.
So that was all about Nintendo, but I have one more...
You have one more thing you want to say.
Microsoft, you got to hit it out.
Microsoft also has to hit it out of the park. I don't think that they're in as dire of a situation as Nintendo is.
See, I think the opposite.
Yeah?
I think they are. Just because the simple fact is you have this console, this amazing top-line console that's coming out. You're going to see it at E3, They got to promote it the right way. They have to have the proper price. They have to have all their ducks in a row because one little fuck up from them and it's over. Phil Spencer, very smart guy. He knows what he's doing over there. But if they charge, first of all, for the new console, the Scorpio, above $400, game over. They've lost. You have the PlayStation Pro at $400, and it may look a little bit prettier, but you still have that fan base that jumped on the PlayStation Pro if they didn't have a PS4. Or if they had an Xbox One, they're like, ooh, a prettier PlayStation 4. Why would I not do it? You also have lack of games. Yeah, you have CFDs, which everybody knows from the channel. I'm very excited for. Cannot wait to play this game.
Well, apparently Dragon Scale might be coming back. Or what is it? Is it Dragon Scale?
Scalebound?
Scalebound. Might be back in production.
Yeah, they didn't
they haven't destroyed.
The name.
Yeah. They renewed the trademark on Scalebound. So, we have some hopes in terms of that.
I mean, you're definitely going to see Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
But I don't see Crackdown 3 to be the big game.
Enough. Without your Halo, without your Call of Duty, because now Call of Duty's on the PlayStation bandwagon, without any of these top-tier titles that kind of made you what you were during the 360 era, you're not going to get any traction at E3 unless you come with some nice stuff, and it can't be fucking Halo Wars 2 kind of thing. It's got to be big.
Even they're talking about ODST for Halo. I was like, go away and make a proper Halo game. You fucked up on the story on Halo 5. Fix it. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Although an ODST as a Halo game could be good if they did it right.
Yeah.
You could get some more leverage out of an ODST because ODST was done improperly in the first place. So if they tried to do like an ODST 2, it could work if you did it right. If you kind of and if you marketed it right, because my biggest problem with Guardians was the marketing behind it. It wasn't that the game sucked or the gameplay was terrible. The gameplay was fine. It was the same kind of Halo that I'm used to playing. I thought that I was at war with the Chief. I thought I was going to war with the Chief.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was interested in that.
Spartan Locke was coming to get him.
Yeah, I was interested in that. I was excited to be like, holy shit, the Chief isn't just a good guy. He's going to do, he's not like a, yes, sir, I'm going to do what you want. He's very much a, no, I do what the fuck I want.
The anti-hero.
John 117, motherfucker. I think that's his name. I don't remember. John 117.
I was just say John 3:16, but I'm like,
I think it's John 117.
That's definitely a verse.
I believe. I don't know.
What I also, on last thing, what I think they need to do, which Sony has done, is make an exclusive deal with a publisher like Marvel. Insomniac is making exclusive for the PlayStation 4 for Spider-Man.
Yeah, but that's because it's a Sony franchise.
But
Sony
still,
owns the rights to Spider-Man.
I understand that, but still, give me something where it's like get me something that catches me off balance, and not something like Tomb Raider, which I swear to God, I feel is going to happen again. Where they're going to announce Tomb Raider. It's going to say, we're going to have it exclusively on Xbox One. And then 10 minutes after, they're going to be like, well, it's timed exclusive. And then most people are going to wait a year, and then they play Tomb Raider. And it suffers for Crystal Dynamics.
Suffers because
Because if people play it on, I played it on the Xbox One. I couldn't wait for Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
I played it right away because I loved
I was
the
excited
original.
for Tomb Raider.
And then when it came to the PS4, I was just like, and never charged nothing. I was like, this killed the game, you know? So at least if you're going to make an exclusive, make that exclusive.
Yeah,
make it so it's not coming.
Full-blown exclusive, not a year. See, Destiny and the PlayStation 4 were able to get away with it because the PlayStation 4 had so much momentum on it that Destiny was able to sell that. Plus, it was a dual release, right? It was PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 that it was released on, so you could play it either way. So it was perfectly fine either. And I believe if you got it for PlayStation 4, you automatically got the game for PlayStation 3 as well when that released. Yeah. So no matter what, I could play Destiny on either console, no matter what. And that's why Destiny was able to succeed as well as it was. Even though it was a timed exclusive, even though the same message was being said, it was still, we're going to play Destiny.
But it's also what helped Sony with that is they had a year worth of content before Xbox even got it. Yeah. Even if Xbox does that, a Star Wars Battlefront 2, you want DLC and added campaign? Well, you get it first here on Xbox One for a full year.
That works.
Come out and be like, this is why you want to come over. I love my Xbox One, I really do. But it's now just collecting dust. Yeah. And especially with getting this Switch, which I'm loving, and having my PlayStation 4 be my console. I mean, Xbox, Nintendo, you guys step up your game. Thank you guys for watching today's episode here on youtube.com/ImprovGaming. I'm always joined with the best ponytail in the business.
It's fabulous.
It's Mr. Nicholas De Jesus.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? And I'm always joined by the host with the most, Mr. I'm Wondering himself with the Kangol cap in tow. It's Mr. Peter Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, guys? We are Improv Gaming. We can come to you every Tuesday, Thursday with little 10 to 15 minute chunks of, right now, E3, all business. And then we come to you Sunday for a live show over on Facebook Live, over on twitch.tv/improv_gaming, and here on YouTube. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go over the top news stories of the week, top of the show, and new releases. Some fun little interactive chat with you guys out there. I think that covers it all about that. Follow us all on the social medias. And if you like this video, please hit subscribe, like the video, comment, let us know your thoughts. And as always, guys, game on.